Hello，大家好，我们继续学习课文，好不好？标准教程，6下。OK，我们学习第30课第94页。好嘞，我 finished some words，学完词汇，然后朗读课文，好不好 ？OK，Sorry，这边，举足轻重，举足轻重。Yeah, to play a decisive role. Yeah, that's a good one, good translation. 举足轻重 it's a 成语。举足轻重。I don't know why it's those characters. 轻重 kind of makes sense. Light, heavy. So it's like, I don't know. Actually, maybe that doesn't make that much sense. 举 to raise, 足 I guess 足 is 足够的足 sufficient 轻重 why is it those 4 characters? I don't know. 举足轻重 there's quite a few words in the same ballpark. 后汉书 is this the origin? 放蜀汉相美相公地公权在将军举足左右 no 举足左右举足左右 OK 便有轻重I don't know what that means 觉有实力的人在两强之间只要稍微倾向一方就能打破军事 all right, so you're in between 2 equally balanced powers. A slight tendency towards one side is enough to destroy the balance, is it? Balance of power? 比喻所处地位重要，一举一动都会影响全局。Okay, so this 举 is 一举一动. So the slightest movement is enough, 足以轻重 is enough to influence the balance between 轻重 2 originally equally powerful parties, but you tip the balance towards one of them. Okay. 处于举足轻重的地位 a pivotal position. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Plenty. OK, 好的。处于举足轻重的地位，一支举足轻重的力量 a decisive force. OK, 一支力量 first time I've encountered that measure word. All right. 举足轻重的角色，他的意见举足轻重。Yeah, so sorry. Where's my pen? Have I lost my pen? 举足轻重。I have lost my pen. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so this is a kind of one of the important collocations. 举足轻重的角色 someone playing this role 他扮演的角色 is 举足轻重他扮演着举足轻重的角色 Yeah, so he plays a decisive role or something like that in a company, in the making of decisions and so on. Okay, 他的意见举足轻重，举足轻重的人，OK， 该国不再是世界上举足轻重的国家了。So, okay, so this country, this unspecified country, in the past, played a decisive or critical role in decision making, and it kind of means has major influence on things, but no longer. no longer the case. I don't know which country they're referring to. Maybe I shouldn't speculate. 它在谈判中起着举足轻重的作用。So this 起着作用, so it plays a certain role, right? This 作用 is more flexible than English words. So a person can 起什么作用 or 扮演什么角色. Here, you can also use 他在谈判中扮演着举足轻重的角色，扮演角色起作用。比例代表着，OK， 已经是少数党在会议中持续处于举足轻重的地位。So proportional representation system， 已经是少数党。So these are minority parties， 少数党 minority parties。在会议中，no, this is 议会 parliament, is it? Yeah, 议会 not 会议。会议 is the other way around, right? This is 议会 parliament. So the minority parties have this kind of power. This happens a lot in Australian politics, especially the Greens. The Greens, they're a minority party, but there's usually Labor and Liberal. In Australia, and I think in England as well, the Liberal Party is the Conservative Party. So usually, the Liberal and Labor parties are quite closely balanced, and there'll be some independent parties, there'll be some the Greens, and maybe a few others that I don't know exist. And they hold the balance of power. So it's quite normal, for example, for the Labour Party, which is slightly more left-wing, not all that left-wing really. The Labour Party will try to negotiate with the Greens to form, ally with the Greens by making their policies even more environmental or something. So that's the Greens. What would the Greens be called? 环保党, maybe 环保党. 环保党处于举足轻重的地位. Sometimes in decisions. Of course, if the Liberals and Labor agree, which in Australia sometimes they do, I guess, then no one else really has a say in it. But if they're disagreeing, Anyway, that's 举足轻重. So you can talk about 举足轻重 in a company, in a political party, so in a company it'd be like, I don't know, that person has the ability to sway decisions, influence decisions. Same with the political party and so on. Next is 呼吁. 呼吁, to appeal to, call on. 呼吁. No, I'm saying it. No, 呼吁. 呼吁. Yeah. 呼吁. I have encountered this, 呼吁, but I haven't encountered it meaning appeal. 呼吁团结. 人们呼吁和平，呼吁大家节约用水。I haven't been to Australia for a while, but from my understanding, Australia has water restrictions. Australia's a very kind of deserty country. So water's very precious. In Melbourne, you can just drink the tap water. I think maybe that's the same thing for the entirety of Australia. Australians are quite proud of their tap water. But you need to save water. So you might have large water tanks that collect rainwater. If you want to water your garden, you probably can't use drinking water. Okay. 呼吁大家节约用水. So this is an appeal. What was the other one? There was another one. It has this character. Not. I forget. Let's go ask ChatGPT. Who you? So, yeah, I suppose in context I'd understand what that means. Is ChatGPT awake? Yeah, regenerate. Oh, 重新生成 appeal call. Okay. So this is the basic. Okay, 公开请求. So a public 请求, like pleading or request. 政府呼吁市民积极参与环保活动. Yeah, so the government's appealing to the masses to actively participate in environmental activities. Environmental protecting, I don't know, environmental conservation activities. Yeah. 这个慈善机构呼吁大家为灾区人民捐款. So the charitable organization, the charity, is appealing to everyone to donate in general for the 灾区, for the people in the 灾区 disaster area. 医生们呼吁大家重视健康，定期进行体检. All right, so doctors are appealing to everyone to value their health and regularly carry out 体检, body checks, health checks. 体格检查, 体检, you get 体检 in China. In Australia, you do something like routine checkup, maybe just like nothing exciting. But in China, yeah, it's a formality that you need to do sometimes, and they test all sorts of things if you have a job. This one, 号召, that was the one I was thinking. 号召 rather than 呼吁. 号召行动. Okay, 环保组织呼吁减少塑料使用，保护海洋环境. Fair enough. 学生们会呼吁同学们积极参加校园活动，增强集体荣誉感 the collective glory. Yeah, I don't know, this collective glory. 国际社会呼吁和平解决冲突. Yeah, so 和平 is a word, right? 和平 meaning peace. So 和平解决 peacefully resolve something. But 和 is more commonly used as the word and, right? Connecting usually two nouns, but sometimes two verbs. 呼吁和平解决冲突，避免战争带来的伤害. So, okay, the international community is appealing on people to resolve the conflict peacefully in order to avoid the harms of war. All right. 动物保护组织呼吁社会关注濒危物种的生存状况. 濒危 I guess it's 濒临的 something in that point. 濒危 endangered. Oh, okay, so it's used for species mostly. 濒危物种 endangered species. 濒 is a fairly rare character. It's used in 濒临. 濒临 is like on the verge. So it can be like on the verge of, say, the sea or on the verge of a mental breakdown. 他呼吁政府 加大对教育的投入，提高教育质量。So he appealed for the government to invest more in education. 科学家们呼吁关注气候变化，采取措施应对全球变暖。Yeah, all right. So appeal for more attention being paid to climate change. Scientists are appealing for more attention to be paid to climate change, etc., etc. Okay, so 呼吁. So the one I was thinking was 号召, which is maybe a little different. Actually, did ChatGPT say what the difference was? 号召 here. 发出倡议 OK 希望大家响应和参与 That's very similar, isn't it? What was the definition of 呼吁意思是公开的请求号召和呼喊 So very, very similar. I can't tell the difference. All right, anyway, let's continue on. All right. 无动于衷 sorry. Yeah. 无动于衷 无 no 动 movement 于 I guess is 在 here. No movement in 中 I guess 中 here means your inner feelings or something like this. 无动于衷 yeah, you're unmoved. So maybe you see a homeless person and you're like, you just walk by without any kind of emotional reaction. 无动于衷 Usually you say this to someone's suffering and you are unmoved. 无动于衷 Okay. 内心没有受到任何触动多形容对该关心的事毫不关心 Yeah, so there's something you should care about but you don't care about. Aloof and indifferent, unmoved, untouched, unconcerned. Okay. 对这种情况我们不能无动于衷 Yeah. 他对我的忠告无动于衷 So this 忠告 is like a heartfelt warning, something like that. So maybe it's like, maybe this guy is on drugs or something like this. Like, come on, you're destroying your family. So, something like this. I shouldn't laugh. It's a serious problem for a lot of people. Something in that ballpark, but I don't know. He likes his drugs. Something like that. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care that I'm destroying my family. I like drugs. Something like that. So 无动于衷 like unmoved, don't care. 对某人的痛苦无动于衷 Yeah. So someone is in pain, probably. Someone's suffering, and it's like, don't care. They're not me. Why would I care? 我劝了他半天，但no, 他却无动于衷 Okay, so 劝 is here is like urge. Usually you urge someone to not do something, but it could mean a few things. 我劝了他半天，半天 here doesn't literally means half day, but it just pertains to a long period of time. So I've spent a long period of time, I've put lots of effort in trying to urge him to presumably not do something. Maybe like, I don't know, apologize to his mother or something like this. But he's like, don't care. Don't care. Yeah. 无动于衷, 无动于衷. Why is it this 衷? I'm not sure. Let's look at this 衷. 衷. So which 衷 is it? 内心, this one. 内心, innermost feelings, 内心. So 无动于衷. So you didn't move someone's like feelings or innermost being. You didn't move their heart. maybe you're suffering, and it's like, yeah, I don't care. Okay, we're getting lots of 成语。竭尽全力。no， 竭尽全力，竭尽全力。竭尽全力，竭尽全力，竭尽全力。Okay, so the 尽 you see a lot, meaning to use up. So 全 is all, the 力 is 力量 or power, 能力 ability, right? So 竭尽, both of these are kind of, or at least 竭尽 is a word by itself, right? 竭尽, so you can use it in different ways. 全都用完, so use up. 竭尽所能, 竭尽家资, so use up your 家资, your house resources. Family property, okay. So use up all your power, use up your property. 竭尽造谣 no 造谣泄灭之能事 okay. That's probably not a common one. Is this a 成语？造谣污蔑 right? 造谣污蔑造谣污蔑造谣污蔑 rumor mongering, yeah. So you've used up all your ability to create rumors. Maybe they weren't effective. Yeah, 竭尽财力. Yeah, so this is kind of similar, isn't it? 竭尽全力, use up all your power. This is use up all your 财力, your financial power, right? Financial resources. Got it? 竭尽全力. Yeah. There's quite a few words that are similar. Yeah. You can just use, is it 尽力? This one. 用尽全力, yeah, 尽力. 为国尽力而为. 我们一定尽力支援支援 is assist. So presumably someone's like, there's been some kind of disaster or something like this, and you will support, assist, you will aid them. Or maybe someone's in peril, some kind of peril. So we'll do our best to help. 尽力. So if we can help, we will help. 这件事情 no, 在这件事上我们已经尽力了. We've already done the best we can. I can't do any more. So yeah, you can use 尽力 or what was the other one? 竭尽全力. Yeah, so okay, well, let's have a look at adverbs. All right, so that's our 成语. We have a batch of 成语. Can you whip up a paragraph using 举足轻重, 无动于衷, and 竭尽全力, please? I'll get ChatGPT, use them all at once. Yeah, that's probably hard for a human to do, but ChatGPT is like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, a human would struggle finding an appropriate context for all three of those all at the same time. Yeah, maybe a medical context would work. So a doctor is trying their best to save someone. They play a critical role in whether or not they live or die, and but maybe some other participant or yeah, did not, what's the word? Yeah, is 无动于衷, don't care. I don't care if you die. Maybe I'm in your will or something like that. 在公司面临危机时，作为举足轻重的领导者，他的决定对整个团队的命令有着重要影响. All right, so we have a company that's facing 危机 crisis. His decision, the leader's decision, is 举足轻重 critical. and will have a major influence on the whole team. 然而，让他感到失望的是，许多员工对公司的困境无动于衷。Oh, okay. So the leader's like, yeah, we can save this company. And the employees are like,无动于衷. I don't care. It can go under, I don't care. So he's really disappointed. 似乎并不关心即将到来的挑战。为了扭转局面 so 扭转 to turn around. It usually means like twist or something like that. Torsion. Yeah, but this is like to turn around. The 局面 is like a negative situation in this context. So to turn around this negative situation, 竭尽全力动员大家. So here, 动员 means to mobilize. So it's often used in a military context. So you mobilize the troops. But 动员 here is you're mobilizing your employees. It kind of means arouse their enthusiasm. So the leader is like, why don't they care about this company? So he's trying his best to encourage them to care about the company. 他竭尽全力动员大家，希望能唤起他们的斗志。斗志 is like a fighting spirit, right? Will to fight, yeah. 共同度过难关。So 难关, nan meaning difficult. 关 here is like a pass. A path in the sense of somewhere you want to go from A to B, you have to go through a guan, a pass. Guan, mountain pass, yeah. So a nanguan is a difficult pass to get through. But once you get through the pass, it'll be fine. There's just a temporary thing you have to do to get through. This is a nanguan. So you 度过难关. So 度过 is usually with respect to time, right? So once you've passed this difficult stage, everything will be smooth sailing. So the leader is trying to help them. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? I'd like to see a human do that. That's really good. Just make up a story. This is a perfectly good context in which all three of those are used. Yeah. All right, what's next? 根源. Yeah, 根源, one of the many ways of saying, root in the sense of a cause, right? 根 is actually the word for root, like the literal word. Like 树根 is tree root, right? 树根. 根, it's used as a root, like the literal physical root of things. But it also is the root or root and cause, but also root cause. 根源. It's also used as like root source or something like this. What should we do? Let's look it up on Pleco first. 根源. Yeah, source, origin, root. So it's 植物的根和水的源头. All right. So the root of a plant and the source of water. Okay, so the 根 literally pertains to the root of a plant, and the 源 refers to the source of water. Literally. It's not used literally. 比喻事物产生的根本原因. So something occurs, what is its fundamental reason for occurring? 这次火灾的主观根源, I'm not sure why they use 主观, but okay, 是防火意识太差. So 主观 is subjective, right? 主观. So it's a subjective reason as opposed to objective. So whoever is saying this sentence is ascribing the 火灾, the, I don't know, fire disaster. They're blaming that on people's awareness, presumably of safety, 火意, 防火意识. So their fire safety awareness, fire prevention awareness is lacking. and that they're saying that's the root cause. That's their opinion. 主观。清楚战争根源. Yeah, so this is root in the sense of source. Yeah, more like source. The sources of war, or causes of war in this case. 清除 is like eradicate, like wipe them out, wipe out the causes of war. Presumably, you'd have to do that through war itself. The only way to prevent war is war. Sometimes it feels like that, doesn't it? 思想根源. 思想根源. Okay, so 思想 is thought. Ideology? Does it mean ideology? I'm not sure if that's the best translation. 思想根源. It's like the root of that train of thought. Sorry. 不注意卫生是各种疾病的根源. Yeah, that's a good example. So 各种 all kinds of diseases. The root of all kinds of diseases, root in the sense of cause, is a lack of attention to hygiene. Yeah. 这场战争根源于意识形态的冲突. So here we see 根源于. Yeah, 根源于. So the 于 is a preposition, right? 根源于. 根源于 originated from or originated in here. 意识形态. Not so sure about this. 意识 is like awareness. Okay, so this is ideology. So an ideological conflict. 意识形态. So different forms of 意识 awareness. So some kind of ideological conflict. Yeah. So this is saying it functions as a verb. 根源于 stems from. Yeah, that is a verb. All right. Did I mark it in there? Yeah, I've added it in here. So 根源于 blah, blah, blah. All right, next is actually, well, before we move on, let's have a look at yuan. Yuan is an interesting word. It's used in quite a few words. 资源, 资源 literally meaning resource origin, right? Resources, not necessarily natural resources. Mineral resources, tourist resources, yeah. Human resources. 能源, energy resources, or energy origin, right? 来源, this is the origin. You can also use the 来源于, this kind of suffix 来源, often with the u afterwards. Here. 知识来源于实践. So knowledge originates or stems from or comes from experience, 实践. Like real world experience, practice. What else we got? 起源. 起源 is a verb, like also originate from, originate. 知识无不起源于实践. Okay, so that's the same sentence we just saw, but knowledge 无不, this is a double negative. It means 全部, right? 全都, 全部. So it's emphasizing there's no exceptions. So knowledge all originates from 实践. Yeah, practice. 这个习惯 no, 这个习俗起源于国外. So this custom originated from another country. Yeah. Origin of species. 物种起源. 生命的起源, the origin of life. Yeah. 水源, 电源, yeah, water origin, but water resources, etc., etc. 源泉. 源泉, in English you call this a font, like a font of knowledge. Fountainhead. Yeah. It's called a font, right? And F-O-U-N-T, is it? This one? Yuanchen. Is that right? No, I don't think that's pronounced. Is it found?
Font.
Oh, it's both. Font and found. Okay. Yeah. So a spring or fountain, literally a source of a desirable quantity. So you often say a font of knowledge. So I think, what were we looking at? Qiyuan, was it Qiyuan? No, Yuanquan. Yuanquan reminds me of that. Because it can't, the English one literally means a spring or fountain, right? The font of knowledge. So it's Shuiyuan. However, it also has the figurative usage, and it's more commonly used figuratively, both in English and Chinese. 比喻是我发生的本源 yet another one, 本源 origin, source. 发现源泉 yeah, 源泉. So here you're kind of envisaging something is happening, and it's caused by this fountain, and the fountain's this natural spring water is trickling down and causing something. So you want to go back and trace the source, that sort of thing. 原流, what's that? I'm not sure. 原流. Well, yet another source and course. All right. 源头 yeah, is source. 源头和水流. So this is like a compound word. So you take this word, and you just combine them into one. So the source and the process of how it caused something. 汉字的源流. So Chinese characters evolved over thousands of years. From what I understand, so did like English characters. They evolved over thousands of years. Yeah, if you go back a long time, they're also kind of wacky. 汉字发展的源流. So it's not just their origin, but also their evolution over time as well. 源头 we saw that 源于. Oh yeah, you can just use 源于, 发源于, 来源于. Yeah, 渊源. Yeah, this is another one, meaning source. So there's a large number of words using the character 源, which pertain to source in various ways. 追溯渊源. Yeah, 追溯 is tracking down the tracing down, going upstream. So you're tracking down the source of, say, a problem. I remember during the pandemic, people were using this phrase, trying to figure out where where COVID started. 有家学渊源. What does that mean? 有家学. 家学渊源. Long tradition of family learning. All right, I didn't know that phrase. 货源 would be the 来源 of 货, right? Lots of words in Chinese are like that. They're just compound words. You can guess their meaning the instant you see them. 光源, yeah, same thing, right? Source of light. 发源, source of something happening. Originating. All right. So there's quite a few words like this. 原字, I guess that's the same as 元语, 开源, 开源, etc., etc. So there's a lot. I don't think we need to do them all. Yeah, there's too many. All right, what's next? 对付. So 对付. There's a few words in Chinese. So if you talk to Chinese people in English, they'll talk about dealing with problems and things like this a lot. I will deal with it. And it's like, okay, native English speakers will not say that. It's like, I will deal with that. It's correct, but you know, I will deal with it. All right. Yeah, so I guess this comes from 处理, 办理, and 对付. 对付 is a kind of like, I will deal with a problem, deal with him, that sort of thing. 应付, yeah. Yeah. 对付. So, whoops. 对付. So this is deal with something. Usually, okay, 应付处理, it's 处理. Okay, 事情再多，我一个人也能对付. Okay, so I guess there's an invisible 虽然但是, this sort of thing. So even though there are many things to deal with, I can deal with it all myself. I will deal with it. I just said native speakers don't say this, and then I go and say it. 凑合, what is 凑合? 凑合 usually means put up with. Make do, yeah. Okay, so that looks like what it means. 生活虽有困难，但还可以对付. Yeah, so this is cope with. So the 对付 I find tends to have a little bit of a negative flavor to it. 这种不讲道理的人实在难对付. So you 处理 is more neutral, but this one, it emphasizes you have to do something you don't really want to do. I think that's my impression. 我不知道怎么样对付这种情况. I don't know how to cope with this situation. Yeah. 这个人难对付. Yeah, so you're dealing with some unreasonable person or something like this. I don't know. 对付复杂局势. 你走了，我能对付. Maybe that's kind of neutral. 他这个人难对付. Yeah, he's hard to deal with. 对付. So you can 对付 people. This means deal with them. Maybe when I see something like this, I envisage someone at a restaurant making unreasonable requests or something like that. And the other one is like, oh, there's something I have to do. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it. 经济困难，只好对付着过. No, 对付. What is this? 对付着过. So the 过 here is functioning as a verb, right? 度过, right? That's my impression. 对付着, 度过这段时间, something like that. That's how I'm interpreting it. 对付. Yeah. Why is it 付? I don't know. 付. Maybe you have to pay some part of your heart to deal with this problem. 对. Why is it 对? This one. Answer, reply. Oh, it was 应付. 应付. Oh, there's the 付, 应付. Deal with, cope. 应付. This one. Deal with, cope, handle. Yeah. Make do. 他知道如何应付这种事情. 他去应付他一会儿，好吗? Go and deal with him. Yeah, I don't know. In English, you'd say something like, I don't know, figure it out, that sort of thing. I don't know. You wouldn't say it with a human unless they're a real pain. Okay. 纠正. Yeah, 纠正. Kind of like 改正, 矫正. 矫正 is a little different. 矫正 is like rectify. 纠正, to correct. So you might ask your teacher to 纠正. Or the other one is 校对. This is one of the rare cases where this is pronounced 校. Okay. 根据标准核对. What is 核对? Rectify, is it? Audit. So 校对, I interpret as proofread. So I kind of sometimes ask ChatGPT to proofread my writing. 这杆秤 已经校对过了。Okay, so this is past some standardized test, I guess. 根据原稿逐字核对抄件或教养 there's another one 教养改正差错 yeah there's the 改正我纠正okay 打印稿so print out the document 校对了3次 okay so print out the document and proofread it 3 times. So you print out your article, you go through it word by word and find all the errors, make those corrections, and then do it again, and then do it again. So 3 times, which is what you do when you write papers. That's normal procedure. Yeah, some of my papers I proofread like 10 times or something like this. You try to eliminate every single possible area of ambiguity and so on. 纠正 改正 so it's defined as 改正 so if you go to the dictionary and find one word defined in terms of another, they're very likely super close synonyms, and maybe it's not worth paying too much attention to the difference. 念改正的提示 let's have a look. 改掉缺点错误使成为正确的 all right, so this is 改正 改 meaning to modify 跟纠正不同，改正多是主体的自觉行为，使用范围较广，纠正可以含有强制意味，多用于较严重的或较显性的问题。all right, so maybe just use 改正。改正 sounds better than 主体。主体 is more casual than is it? You just fix the main problems and she'll be right. That sort of thing. 改正下面句子中的错误。Yeah, that's kind of what I expect. 纠正。我们应该及时纠正错误。英文老师常纠正学生的语法错误。Yeah, this is what I envisage with both 纠正 and 改正。I think it's not worth knowing the difference. 纠正不正之风。Okay, 不正之风 the tendencies 之风。All right, so 不正 is improper. 不正之风 unhealthy tendencies. All right. 纠正错误，纠正I forgot this word. 冤 is it 冤？冤假错案，冤假错案 ，unjust, fake, false charges. 冤假错案 Okay, first time I've encountered this word. All right, so 纠正 correct, rectify, you know. I just want you to envisage giving your teacher your homework and your teacher will 纠正错别字那个语法不对 make not just give a tick or a cross but actually correct it. This other one 矫正 I think is a little bit different. 矫正 Then again, if you look it up in the dictionary, it says 纠正改正 so it's going to be very close. Yeah, 矫正视力 so this is rectify your vision. So maybe you have bad vision and you use glasses and yeah, oh, I can see everything. 跟纠正不同，矫正测正消除偏差 OK 对象多较具体，如视力姿势，也矫正你的姿势 correct your posture。纠正侧重消除错误，对象多较抽象，如缺点错误。Yeah, so with 纠正 you're correcting 缺点 like drawbacks, maybe Maybe you're writing a novel or a short story or something like this, and it's like, oh, that character is not very believable. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if there were an astronaut, this would make sense. And mistakes. Okay, so just, yeah, mistakes. Mistakes are mistakes. All right, 纠正. Next is 糟蹋. Yeah. 糟蹋, this sort of thing. Waste, spoil. 糟 is 糟糕的糟. 糟, or you can just say 很糟,糟,糟啊. 糟蹋. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. 糟蹋. 任意浪费和损坏. So arbitrarily waste or damage. 我要拿钱虾 is first tone, is it? 糟蹋虾 second tone. First tone is first tone. 虾糟蹋. 虾 is used as a suffix before verbs. It just means to do it without proper consideration. It'll probably say that there. Foolishly, groundlessly, yeah. 虾, okay, literally means blind, you can't see, but it's used figuratively most of the time. Yeah, you usually use Hmong for Hmong and for actual blind people. Okay, Uru, what is this? I don't know this one. Rolling, all right. Uru rolling. 有时特别. I think I don't want to say this word, but yeah, I'm not saying that word. All right. Okay, so 糟蹋粮食 waste grain. 这阵大风糟蹋了不少果子. So this gust of wind. Okay, in English, gust sounds like a gentle breeze. Not enough to destroy a whole crop. Yeah, so yeah. So I guess 阵 is not necessarily a light thing. 大风. This, you'd say windstorm or something like that, destroyed the crops. Okay, 城镇被糟蹋的不成样子了. So 不成样子了 is a phrase by itself. 不成样子. Deformed. Okay. So something happened to this town, something unspecified, but it did this to it. It was defiled. The town was defiled beyond recognition. 不成样子了. Yeah, you can read that one yourself. I don't want to talk about that online. Okay, 糟蹋. All right, so to destroy or waste, ruin, spoil, etc., etc., and this rather unpleasant one. Next is 迫害, persecute, oppress cruelly. Yeah, 迫害. This is done by the government to their people or by someone in a position of authority to their underlings. 迫害. But it is pretty serious. It's not like just exploiting, like 剥削. 打击, 摧残, 伤害. Yeah. So, okay, 深受迫害, 迫害, 致残. Yeah, okay, so this is like, okay, so did you see the 注意? 注意, 适用对象, 仅限于人. So you can only 迫害 people according to that. What's this? 伪造迫害, 政治迫害, political persecution. So this seems like, yeah, political persecution. Let's go over to ChatGPT. Let's move on to 迫害. Maybe I'll get ChatGPT to give me examples, so I don't have to give concrete examples. 迫害是一个汉语词汇，指以残酷的手段压迫。Yeah, 压迫 I see often oppressed. This one seems more. This is more serious, I think. 迫害，压迫 is oppress, whereas this is like you're not just oppressing, you're kind of like destroying them. 伤害，折磨。Second tone, 折磨. Sorry, it was in a few videos ago we looked at 折腾, which was first tone, and it just driving me crazy. 通常带有强烈的负面意义。这个词多用于描述系统性、长期性的压迫行为，常见于历史、政治和社会问题的讨论中。Yeah, so historical, governmental, or societal oppression, persecution. So maybe we're thinking like Jews during World War II, that sort of thing. 迫害指的是用残酷的手段对待某个 we said this. Yeah. 通常是处于政治、宗教、种族和其他方面。Yeah, so for political, religious, and other racial reasons, perhaps. 在中世纪 in the middle century, 许多无辜的女性因为被指控为女巫而遭受迫害。Okay, so I guess 中世纪 is Middle Ages. All right, first time I've encountered that. So literally it means middle century. Why are the Middle Ages? Why is it called Middle Ages in English? I don't know. But witches, okay, women were accused of being witches and, not mistreated quite severely. 二战期间，犹太人遭受了纳粹，let me get this right. 纳粹 Nazi, yeah, 纳粹的残酷迫害. Yeah, so this is the World War II Jews were persecuted by Nazis. Yeah. 一些政治意见者 is a what's the word? 意见者 dissident, yeah. Political dissident, 因为表达不同的观点而被政治迫害。This one, 新闻记者揭露了政府对少数民族的迫害行为。So the news reporter exposed the government's oppressive behavior towards racial minorities. No, ethnic minorities, I should say. 因为宗教信仰不同，他和他的家人遭到了邻居的迫害。The neighbor's oppression? So maybe this 邻居 is not just like one person, it's their neighborhood, the people in their neighborhood. 性别歧视 sexual discrimination 在一些地方依然存在，女性在职场中遭到迫害。So women are persecuted in the workplace. I'm not sure if that's the best example. So we're not talking about like just unfair treatment. You need to be tangibly harmed. Okay, 压迫 is perhaps more general. 指通常强制手段使某人和某群体受到不公平的待遇。Okay, so you're using compulsion to unfairly treat people. 农民们反抗地主的压迫。地主 is the landowner. So this could be an ancient example where you had like serfs and things like that. But it depends. 争取自己的权益 so vying for their personal like rights and interests and so on. 他在公司里受到上司的压迫，工作压力很大。Yeah, so 上司 is the upper levels in the company, right? And if they decide that they don't like you, but maybe they can't just fire you, maybe they will just mistreat you instead. 虐待 虐待 is a form of mistreatment. You often talk about mistreating children or animals. 指以残酷的手段对待他人，使其身心受到伤害。Yeah, I'm guessing one's going to be children, one's going to be animals. Yeah, it is that, right? 那只狗因为长期被虐待，身体状况很差。Yeah, so this dog was mistreated for a long period of time. 它泄露了儿童在某些机构中遭受的虐待行为。Yeah, usually animals, children, or maybe the elderly are getting mistreated. But it's 虐待 can apply to quite a few things. Maybe immigrants as well, something like that. 歧视 is discrimination. Literally, the character is 歧 divergent 视 vision, divergent vision. So this is like racial discrimination, sexual discrimination. 种族歧视 性别歧视 there's probably multiple other forms of discrimination. 指因为某些特征或身份 Yeah, so different characteristics or identity 而对他人进行不公平的对待 treat someone unfairly due to these characteristics or identity. There's a few countries that have a caste system. I don't know how to pronounce this word. This one. Caste. How do you pronounce it? Caste. They have a caste system.
Caste.
And if you're in the wrong caste, yeah, you get mistreated. Yeah. All right. Okay. 种族歧视是一个全球性的问题，需要全社会共同努力解决。Yeah. So racial discrimination is an international problem. We need every member of society to help resolve it, working together to resolve it. 他在工作中因为性别而遭受歧视，晋升机会被剥夺。So she was deprived of opportunities for promotion because she's a woman. Okay, and 折磨 this is torment. Yeah, 指通过各种手段使人身心受到极大的痛苦。折磨 So 折磨 is more general, right? So like your nightmares can torment you. This is just tormenting. 长期的疾病 Yeah, long-term illness 让他饱受折磨。So 饱受 is, well, 受 means to be on the receiving end of something. The 饱 is kind of metaphorical here. It means you have a large amount. You're full. Usually 我吃饱了 I mean, I've eaten a lot. But 饱受 means you've had your fill of suffering. 在监狱里，他经历了非人的折磨。Okay, so 监狱 is prison. Yeah, so you say 入狱，入狱 is to be thrown in prison kind of thing. 经历了非人的折磨。What is 非人？ Okay, that's the first time I've encountered that word. 非人 inhuman. Maybe, should it be inhumane? So here it's functioning as an adjective. When it's an adjective, it should be inhumane rather than inhuman. Literally not the right person. Okay. All right, how are we doing? Okay, one more word. Sorry. 毁灭 毁灭 destroy, ruin. 毁 means destroy. 灭 is used as a suffix meaning to wipe it out. Yeah, so let's go. Can you help me with the suffix 灭, including 毁灭 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 So this is kind of, you remember the Emperor? The Emperor from Star Wars? Wipe them out, all of them. So you 毁灭 the Jedi. 毁灭 结地 I forget how to say Jedi in Chinese. Wipe out the Jedi. 消灭 oh yeah, kind of similar thing. 消灭 annihilate. 绝地 it is 绝地 Jedi. 无视 Jedi Knights. 毁灭 毁 is destroy or damage. So maybe it's something that can be wiped out through destroying it. 毁灭 maybe a crop, maybe a disease. No, a disease you might say 消除, right? 毁灭彻底破坏使之不复存在 Yeah, so you're 破坏 you're destroying it so thoroughly that it no longer exists. 这场战争给国家带来了巨大的毁灭 All right, it's unclear what it's referring to here. Let's look at this next one. 如果不采取措施，环境污染将毁灭许多物种。Yeah, that's a good one. So environmental pollution will wipe out many species. Yeah. So this is mankind's thing. Mankind's contribution to the world. Many species have gone extinct. 消灭彻底去除使之不存在 So these are almost identical, but this one 毁灭 involves damaging something, and this one just means getting rid of something. Okay, 政府采取了严格的措施来消灭传染病 All right, Okay, literally the government has adopted procedures to wipe out communicable diseases, which of course is not possible, but it's an example sentence. 我们的目标是消灭贫困，让每个人都过上幸福的生活 Yeah, so this is a good example, right? We're wiping out poverty. Yeah. 灭亡 Yeah, 灭亡 this is not used as a suffix, but 灭亡 here the 亡 is a suffix, I guess. 灭亡 So also wipe out, destroy, to become extinct. 灭亡国家政权等消失 So disappear 或灭绝 灭绝 is to become extinct. This is usually used with species. 历史上许多古代文明因为战争和自然灾害而灭亡 Yeah. Yeah, it's like sooner or later they get wiped out. Like when we're alive, we think all these things like various religions and governments and countries will exist forever. But history does not say it's not like that. Pretty much every religion that's ever existed is gone. That sort of thing. Pretty much the countries that haven't been around that long. So yeah, Lots of things we hold dear will just not exist in a few hundred years. 这个国家因内战而迅速灭亡. Okay, so the country due to civil war will be quickly wiped out. Yeah. 灭绝, usually species. 某种生物, yeah, so some kind of species, some kind of organism. 完全消失不再存在, so completely disappear. So the Tasmanian tiger in Australia. 许多濒危物种如果不加以保护，将面临灭绝的危险。Yeah. Oh yeah, the dinosaurs. 恐龙. It is third tone, fourth tone. Third tone, second tone, sorry. 恐龙. I remember if you've watched Peppa Pig to study Chinese, 这是我弟弟乔治。恐龙 he likes 恐龙。恐龙在几千万年前就已经灭绝了。Yeah. Next is 熄灭. 熄灭 is extinguished, but it's usually for like fires and lights and things like that. 熄灭。火焰对，火焰或光芒消失不再燃烧。燃烧 is burn, but here it's used maybe figuratively, like turn the light off is also actually no, you would extinguish a lamp like with a flame. Maybe it is 不再燃烧, maybe it does mean burn. 风一吹，蜡烛的火焰就熄灭了。消防员迅速赶到现场，将火灾熄灭 extinguish the flame. Yeah, 消防员 firefighter. 灭杀 I don't recall this word, but 灭杀消灭或杀死. Yeah, so a lot of words in Chinese are just like this. Okay, it's not in the dictionary, so that's probably why I haven't seen it. They're just compound words. You see 灭杀, you assume 灭 means to wipe out, 杀 means to kill. Is it really a word? 科学家们研究了如何灭杀有害的细菌。细菌 is bacteria. So they're trying to wipe out and kill harmful bacteria. 这次灭杀行动中，数千只老鼠被消灭。All right. So this is like extermination. This is deliberate, not necessarily a bad thing, right? You're killing rodents that can spread disease and so on. All right, just a minute. I need the bathroom. All right, where were we? So we've done the words, right? We've done all the vocabulary. Now we'll just do the reading aloud. So if this is your first time watching my videos, watching me read aloud the textbook, then the first time I read aloud to just familiarize myself and make sure there's no nothing I don't really understand. And the other one is what am I saying? I read it a second time more for fluency. Okay. So, 你睡好了吗? All right, so we're talking about your average Joe and their sleep. 对普通人来说，睡觉只是惯例，可是对于患有顽固失眠症的人来说，睡觉却成了难得的奢侈。So 难得 literally means difficult to receive. It just means rare. 难得的奢侈. So the character is difficult to receive, but it means rare. It no longer has the difficult to receive meaning. 禁欲, well, I shouldn't say that. It can be used for that, but like the meaning is extended beyond that, I should say. 今日中国发布的睡眠指数总得分99.5分，超过36.2%的居民得分低于及格线60分。及格线. So this is like pass fail. so we're using percentages. So this will be out of 100. And so 60 is the pass. So people are passing. More than 36.2% people are failing the test. 统计数字 is statistics. 统计 is an interesting word because it can be used as a noun, but it can be used as a verb as well. 统计. So imagine if the English word statistics was a verb. So you might say something like, I statistics the time I study Chinese. So it means collect data, that sort of thing. 统计. Yeah, I like this word. 我统计我学习中文的时间。Yeah. 统计数字显示，睡眠指数的得分随着城市层级的升高和下降。Did you notice that? 随着 A 而 B. So as this rises, it goes down. So the 睡眠指数, the sleep quality, or the sleep index. so the better the city, the worse the sleep. 一线城市. So in China, there's 3 levels of cities, right? 一线城市、二线城市、三线城市。一线城市 is like Beijing, Shanghai, I don't know, that sort of thing. Shenzhen probably, I don't know. 二线, I'm probably in an 二线城市. I don't know. It's Weihai, 二线城市. It indicates the kind of level of funding, government funding, and the level of development and so on. 三线 is relatively underdeveloped. 一线城市的平均睡眠指数为 60.3 分，三线城市为 61.4 分. Oh, okay, that's not a huge difference. But all right, so it's interesting. Smaller cities, you get better sleep. 而农村和小城镇得分均在70分以上. Okay, yeah, this is my ideal city size would be like 200,000 people. Weihai, compared to like cities in Australia, is a major city, but compared to cities in China, it's a fairly small city. 可见is often used at the start of a sentence to mean it can be seen. It can be seen that blah blah blah. 可见，当前失眠正扰乱着人们的情绪，摧残着城市人群的健康。All right, so 失眠症，失 meaning to lose, right? 失眠症, so losing sleep symptoms like insomnia. 症 can mean symptoms, but I guess it can also mean like disease. Because you see it on a lot of, maybe like syndrome or something like that. You see it on a lot of words. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust as much as possible, but all right. 调查发现，该睡时不睡是影响成人健康睡眠的重要因素。手机和平板电脑的普及，使睡前上网的习惯日渐盛行。 不少人临睡前在过过网瘾成了常态。What does that mean? I see I struggled with it last time. 网瘾 would be an internet addiction. 常态 would be the normal state. 在过网瘾成了常态。在过 Yeah, I still don't know what that means. 而电子产品严重的光污染不仅影响了人体褪黑素的正常分泌。褪黑素 is the melatonin, makes your skin go black, right? 分泌 secretion, so you're secreting melatonin. But the 光污染, the light pollution from your electronic devices, is affecting your melatonin production. 还会使人体生物钟后移。生物钟 is your biological clock. 后移, what is 后移? 后移will be like lag as opposed to lead. So we encountered this in the pandemic, right? We talked about 变量, so 后移的变量。Backshifting. So it was like a lagging variable. All right, let's not worry about it. 后移. Maybe it just means shift back rather than lag. Yeah, I guess that's what it means. 后就往后移. Maybe it's that. 结果就是晚上睡不着，早上睡不醒。All right. So it shifts your biological clock back a notch. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. 褪黑素是什么？据研究，褪黑素是保证人体健康的重要物质之一。它的职能 why would they use 职能 instead of 机能 here? 职能 is usually a human. 职能组织机构 机构 works. 机构 is like an organization, but you have bodily like 机构 structures, right? 本身具有的功能 But it's usually this sort of thing. There's another word, 机能 This one. 生物体的细胞组织和器官的作用和功能。Yeah, maybe 机构 is a better choice, right? It pertains to biology. And in this case, where were we? 机构, 职能. Sorry, not 机构, 机能. So 职能 usually relates to people's jobs. 它的职能包括增强人体免疫力。Yeah, I think 机能 is a better choice of word here. 抗衰老、调剂、睡眠等。当人体内褪黑素分泌不正常时，人体细胞。Sorry, next page. I did buy this thing on the internet, but I feel like they didn't actually have it in stock and then they're making it. Well, I say they're making it. They sent it to some random other company to make it. I feel like I should cancel this order and just buy another one. It's not really a stand. It's more like just something you put on your desk, and I can put my phone on that. Just hang it slightly off the edge. And it's much more stable than the stands. The stands, boom, it just wobbles. Okay, 人体细胞组织和器官的作用和活动能力。Okay, so this is just 和 A 和 B 和 C. Is that right? 都会受到影响. Yeah, it is. It's A 和 B 和 C. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would lose marks if I wrote like that. You can't write A 和 B 和 C. It's like A, then you 加一个 is it a 顿号? Usually it's 顿号. This one. 顿号. 标点符号形式为这个。用在句子内都并列的词和短语之间表示停顿。Use it in lists. I can't. I don't know how to look up a 顿号. Can you look up a 顿号? I'm not sure. 顿号. How do I input a 顿号? I don't actually know. So Chinese punctuation, where is 顿号? That one? No? All right, I give up. Anyway, I don't think I could get away with writing like that. OK, 都会受到影响。各种疾病包括恶性肿瘤。恶性肿瘤 malignant tumors. That escalated quickly, didn't it? 也就是我们常说的癌症，就会随之而来。Okay, so the textbook is defining cancer as malignant tumors. Yeah, I'm not sure that that's medically precise, but this is what it's like reading these textbooks. It's like they must use these words somewhere in the textbook, and it's like they stuff it in there. Really weird. 除了睡不着，还有人睡不好。So some people can't sleep, some people sleep poorly. 中国有睡眠障碍的人约为38.2%。因此，在中国专治睡眠障碍的医生总是供不应求。Got it? 专治 So 专 is here is used as a suffix. So 专 is like a speciality. It indicates you don't do things other than this. 治 is 治疗, like treat a disease. In this case, we're treating 睡眠障碍。障碍 is like an obstacle or a disability. So here it's like a sleep disability of some kind. 睡眠障碍表现为入睡困难，头在枕头上就是睡不着，翻来覆去，瞎折腾。Yeah, so we saw 瞎 earlier in the video, right? 瞎折腾。Why is it here? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. 瞎折腾。心烦意乱的无法容忍。白天又老是犯困。So I'm not sure. 老是, do you know this one? 老是 just means always. You're always doing something. 老是犯困. What is 犯困? I guess it just means you're having trouble. 犯困. So 口语. Drowsy. Oh, this 困 is sleepy. So 犯困 is this becoming sleepy. 发困. 想睡觉. Okay. 犯困. Yeah, all right. You can just say 累 or 困. 老是累了. 此外，入睡后噩梦连连. Yeah, so 连连 is used as a suffix. So 噩梦 is a noun. 连连 it means like many of what the preceding noun is. So in this case, many nightmares. 噩梦连连。一会儿蹬腿，一会儿蹬腿，一会儿挥拳头。What? 不时大声叫喊，也是睡眠障碍的经典症状。So, so 蹬腿 does this mean kicking or something? Now I understand why the textbook translated 蹬 to kick. And I'm like, no, it doesn't mean kick, it means pedal. All right, so 蹬腿，伸出腿向脚底方向用力。More like stamp. Yeah, kick the bucket. All right, so presumably this is happening in the person's nightmare. They're kicking, they're 挥拳头, they're 挥 is like brandish, or you can 挥刀, right? Brandish a knife. So in this case, you're brandishing a fist. 挥刀. Let me get this right. This one. 挥刀, wield a sword. 挥刀向他扑过去. Oh, sorry, this one. So she brandished a knife and lunged towards him. Pu is like pounce. Often you see it with a cat or a tiger or something like that. 扑过去. So she pounced forward with wielding a knife. Something bad is about to happen there. So in the textbook, this character this generalized person who is having recurring nightmares from lack of sleep, in their nightmares, they're brandishing their fists. 不时, so from time to time, 大声叫喊, they're yelling. 也是睡眠障碍的经典症状. So, all right. So it seems 蹬腿 can mean kick, or something similar to kicking. But it's not kicking in the sense of playing football. Sorry, I'm trying to do the best I can. I can't see the top. That'll do. 睡眠不足会使人气色不好，行为能力偏离正常轨道。偏离 you often talk about 偏离轨道. 偏离 means to deviate from. So often you have this kind of mental image where you envisage the correct course. So maybe, for example, if you want to graduate from university, you will need to go along this correct course. But if you 偏离轨道, you deviate from the course. Maybe you want to... Your plan is to get a degree in science, but you end up taking literature. You deviate from the course. That sort of thing. Used figuratively a lot. Probably used figuratively more than literally. 偏离轨道. So 偏离正常轨道. So you deviate from your normal course. 行为能力. Why is it 行为能力? Your behavioral capabilities deviate from the normal course. I think it should just be 行为. Your behavior deviates from normal course. I don't understand why there is 行为能力. 据悉, you can also say 据说, but 据悉 sounds a bit more official. 悉 is 熟悉的悉. Is it 据悉? 据悉? Let's look it up. 据悉. Yeah, 据悉. So 熟悉的, or this one, 熟悉. Oh, 熟悉. 我不熟悉, 我很熟悉. All right. So 据悉 is something like to my knowledge, something in that ballpark. So it is believed. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily imply the person speaking believes it. 据悉. 根据了解得知. Yeah, it is reported. Yeah, 据悉. You see this in reports, news reports. It sounds a bit formal to me. You can say 据说, it is said. 据我了解, 据我所知. That sort of thing. 据报道. That sort of thing. 一个17至19个小时没睡觉的人，其行为能力与一个血液中酒精浓度为0.05%的人不相上下。So, okay. So again, they use the 行为能力, ability to behave. 行为能力, is that a word? What do you reckon it means? 行为能力. 能力. Here we go. Capacity. 法律上指能够以自己的行为依法行使权利、承担义务，从而使法律关系得以产生变更或消灭的资格。So this is additional or no 资格 qualification. So it's like, so if you have 行为能力, the ability to behave in a legal capacity, yeah, so maybe you don't know what you're doing. I don't know, like if you fall from a building and you bang someone, you injure someone, maybe you did not have the ability to fight against gravity or something like that. 具有行为能力的人首先应有权利能力。权利 is a right, like human rights, that sort of thing. Okay, so the ability to have rights, you can only have rights if you have 行为能力. This is what we're looking at, capacity, disposing capacity. 但具有权利能力的人不一定都有行为能力。All right. This is some sort of legal term. All right. So 行为能力. So someone who hasn't slept for 17 to 19 hours has the equivalent 行为能力 as someone who is drunken alcohol to the point where their blood alcohol content is 0.05. In Australia, that's the legal drink driving level. Yeah, I think in China it's like 0. I'm not 100% sure. In Australia, you're allowed to drink and drive. Just to a certain extent. You need a full license, and yeah, if you have 1 or 2 drinks and they're not especially strong, you can still drive. Legally. 即便一周内每天少睡2个小时，疲劳也会累积在一起，并在不适宜的场合引发事故。All right, so this 疲劳 is weariness or tiredness is accumulating and at an inopportune moment will 引发事故 cause an accident or something. 我们曾见过这样一个不可思议的案例，一位技术熟练的老司机把车开上了逆行道。All right, so 逆行道, so this is driving the wrong way, right? Driving the wrong way on a one-way street. 而这就是疲劳驾驶造成的。All right, so this is a proficient driver, but because they're too tired, yeah, they drove the wrong way. I don't know. I feel like if you live in China, and yeah, you need to look both ways. Yeah, people drive the wrong way down one-way streets all the time. People drive on the footpath. Like, I remember this, I'm just walking along the footpath, and this motorbike's like, get out of the way. I'm like, what? What do you mean I get get out of the way. I'm on the footpath. Anyway, that's what it's like living here sometimes. 此外，长期睡眠不足，还会使人注意力下降，表情茫然，丢三落四，情绪起伏不定，动不动就发呆。Okay, so 动不动 is like at the drop of a hat or something like this. Like 动不动就发呆 you get confused or perplexed by things very easily. 动不动。So you often hear the phrase 动不动就发脾气. So when someone gets angry all the time, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter what happens, they're angry. Okay. 继而记性越来越差. The memory becomes worse, increasingly worse. 到了更严重的地步，会思维混乱，健康状况逐步恶化，逐步 step by step, gradually. 进而诱发慢性疾病。总而言之，睡眠好，下一页 ，sorry, just a minute. 睡眠好坏，睡眠好坏对人体健康举足轻重。Yeah, so the quality of sleep. 好坏 is one of those words where you take two adjectives like 大小 and you put it together to mean whether or not they're good or bad. 因此，医生呼吁不要对失眠症状无动于衷。So you should not be indifferent to symptoms of insomnia. 要弄清病因。Yeah, we talked about this. 弄清 弄 is this verb that it's the verb to use when you don't know what verb to use. Like squanch from Rick and Morty. I squanch my family. So 弄 is like that. Sometimes you don't know what verb is relevant. Sometimes it's a combination of verbs and it's too complicated to say. And sometimes you don't want to say the literal verb for reasons of, say, privacy or shame. So 弄清 in this case is do what it takes, but 清 to make it 清楚 to make it clear. 弄清病因 the cause of disease. So the pertinent disease here is insomnia. So 弄清病因 so clarify the cause of the disease. 并根据不同情况竭尽全力进行治疗。All right. 不可否认的是，很多人原本睡眠是没有问题的。原本 originally, right? So this is like in the past in this example. 导致问题的根源多多少少与不健康的生活方式有关。So originally there was no problems, but yeah, so their lifestyle has led to problems in their sleep patterns. 因此，对付失眠症的方法就是纠正不好的生活习惯，不要糟蹋自己的身体。All right. 不要自己迫害自己，不要让坏习惯毁灭我们的健康。Yeah. All right. Yeah, I do feel like a fair amount of this text is kind of words they wanted to use stuffed in, and it feels very unnatural to me. Anyway, let's give it a read. Focus on fluency. Maybe I'll just enlarge it a bit. So that's the best I can do. Probably. 对普通人来说，睡觉只是惯例。可是对于患有顽固失眠症的人来说，睡觉却成了难得的奢侈。今日中国发布的睡眠指数总得分66.5分，超过36.2%的居民得分低于及格线60分。统计数字显示， 睡眠指数的得分随着城市层级的升高而下降。一线城市的平均睡眠指数为60.3分，不好意思，3线城市为61.4分，而农村和小城镇得分均在70分以上。可见，当前失眠症正扰乱着人们的情绪，摧残着城市人群的健康。调查发现，该睡时不睡是影响成人健康睡眠的重要因素。手机和平板电脑的普及，使睡前上网的习惯日渐盛行。不少人临睡前再过网瘾成了常态。而电子产品严重的光污染不仅影响了人体褪黑素的正常分泌，还会使人体生物钟后移。结果就是晚上睡不着，早上睡不醒。褪黑素是什么？据研究，褪黑素是保证人体健康的重要物质之一。它的职能包括增强人体免疫力、抗衰老、调剂睡眠等。当人体内褪黑素分泌不正常时，人体细胞组织和器官的作用和活动能力都会受到影响。各种疾病，包括恶性肿瘤，也就是我们常说的癌症，就会随之而来。除了睡不好，还有人不好意思，除了睡不着，还有人睡不好。中国有睡眠障碍的人约为38.2%，因此在中国专治睡眠障碍的医生总是供不应求。睡眠障碍表现为入睡困难，头在枕头上，就是睡不着，翻来覆去瞎折腾，心烦意乱的无法容忍，白天又老是犯困。此外，入睡后噩梦连连，一会儿蹬腿，一会儿挥拳头，不时大声叫喊，也是睡眠障碍的经典症状。Can you see it? Kind of hard. 睡眠不足会使人气色不好，行为能力偏离正常轨道。据悉，一个17至19个小时没睡觉的人，其行为能力与一个血液中酒精浓度为0.05%的人不相上下。即便一周内每一天少睡2个小时，疲劳也会累积在一起，并在不适宜的场合引发事故。我们曾见过这样一个不可思议的案例。一位技术熟练的老司机把车开上了逆行道，而这就是 疲劳驾驶造成的。此外，长期睡眠不足还会使人注意力下降，表情茫然，丢三落四，情绪起伏不定，动不动就发呆，继而记性越来越差，到了更严重的地步，会思维混乱，健康状况逐步恶化，进而诱发慢性疾病。总而言之，睡眠好坏，Sorry, can you see it? 睡眠好坏会对人体健康举足轻重，因此医生呼吁不要对失眠症状无动于衷，要弄清病因，并根据不同情况竭尽全力进行治疗。不可否认的是，很多人原本睡眠是没有问题的，导致问题的根源多多少少与不健康的生活方式有关。因此，对付失眠症的方法就是纠正不好的生活习惯，不要糟蹋自己的身体，不要自己迫害自己，不要让坏习惯毁灭我们的健康。All right, so that's the thing. I just noticed here, 多多少少. So you probably know 多少 from 这件衣服多少钱？你的杯子多少钱？这个杯子多少钱？多少？你的手机号码是多少？But this 多多少少 also 多少。It means like more or less, kind of similar to English, more or less. Maybe it comes from English. 多多少少，多多少少。Yeah, more or less. More or less to some degree, to some extent. So, yeah, you can say something is, well, let's look at some examples. There's not many examples. 在一次求职面试时，No, 第一次求职面试时 So during the first interview, like a job interview or something like that, 我多多少少有一些心虚 felt somewhat diffident. What is diffident? 心虚 yeah, this one, lacking in self-confidence. I more or less felt, yeah, lacking confidence. Yeah. So this is another usage of 多少. You can, there's also 多少. You can just use somewhat more or less. Yeah, 绝代不定的数量. This one. 今年招多少新生早已确定，要多少给多少。Okay, a non-definite. So 代 would be 代词 a pronoun representing an undefined quantity. Yeah. There is this other usage of 多少. That's the main point. All right, so when I put it on pause a moment ago, I Googled the article, see if I could find the original. I didn't really find the original, but I found this, so let's give this a read. I'm going to switch it to... Oh, no, I can't. What's that? Picture in picture. No, I want to switch it to reading mode. I can't. All right. It won't let me switch to reading mode because it's got this video here. 你睡好了吗? Can I play it? Or play a little. I don't think the world's going to fall apart if I play a little.
中国医师协会所发布2014中国睡眠指数。
国人的睡眠怎么样呢？一起了解一下。
Okay, so this is actually about the same thing in the textbook. So they're talking about the 2014 report and the 睡眠指数, the sleep index, presumably sleep quality index.
2014年中国睡眠指数显示，与2013年相比，2014年 中国人的睡眠状况呈现向好发展。
向好发展. So they're talking about in 2014, the sleep index actually improved, 向好, so towards good, 发展, developed towards good. A lot of news articles in Chinese are like this. They just list out statistics. And if you're like me, it's kind of, yeah, 趋势, 渐渐, 渐线. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, let's see.
睡眠指数的总得分为66.5分，较2013年的64.3分提升。
Okay, so we're just comparing the numbers. Yeah, they have the graphics here.
挣了2.2分。
Yeah, this is by 分点. This is percentage points, not percentage.
其中超过36.2%的居民得分低于及格线60分。
Okay, so this is what it says in the textbook, right? So what was it? How many people? There was 36.2%. Yeah. They do not match the 及格线, the threshold of quality sleep.
而2013年这一比例为24.6%。
Oh, I missed
说明
that.
了国人的睡眠状况两极分化趋势渐现。
Okay, 两极分化局势渐现. What does that mean? 两极, so two polar 分化, so they're divided into two extremes. 趋势渐现, so two trends.
整体来看，人们开始享受舒适的睡眠，但同时也有更多的人饱受劣质睡眠的困扰。
Okay, so there's a group of people who are sleeping well, and then人们开始享受舒适睡眠. So 舒适 is cozy, so they're sleeping well, and these people are 更多人饱受劣质睡眠困扰. So these are the people not sleeping well.
在调查涉及的40个城市中，睡眠指数的得分随着城市层级的增高而下降。3线城市平均
That sounded like almost exactly what it said in the text. There it is. So 城市层级增高，睡眠指数下降. Yeah, it's what they said in the textbook.
指数为61.4，而1线城市为60.3。农村和
Yeah, this is what's in the book. Yeah.
小城镇居民的睡眠指数得分均在70分以上，而城市居民的睡眠指数得分仅为61.6分。城市职场人的睡眠指数得分皆处于平均分以下，即便是得分最高的教师群体，也只有63.7分。城市职场人在工作的强压之下，有70%会在路上以车窗睡去。
Yeah, I don't know. I always have trouble watching the news. So we'll leave it there because I can't just play random videos on and then upload them on on YouTube without getting in trouble. Yeah, so okay, how are we going for time? I'm nearly at 2 hours. Sorry, I need the bathroom again. Yeah, listening is my weakness and news is still very hard for me. News especially, they talk so fast. Like when they talk on those news articles, they speak at like 250 characters per minute. And yeah, you get about a third of a second per character. Or maybe even less. A quarter of a second? Even less than a quarter of a second per character. You have to know that instinctively. Yeah. It's also very formal, full of statistics and this sort of thing. Yeah, it's not easy. All right, let's just read the article. Is this the transcript? Maybe it is the transcript. All right. 据央视报道，央视 is the CCTV, right? 中国中央电视台 yeah. 本周五3月21日是世界睡眠日。Okay, World Sleep Day. Oh, that sounds like a nice day. Are we all meant to sleep all day? 中国医师协会等单位单位联合发布了I'll get rid of the dictionary. That's fine. 发布了2014年中国睡眠指数与2013年相比，2014年中国人睡眠状况总体呈现向好发展。 Okay, so Chinese people's sleep on average are getting better. 两极分化. Ah, hold on. The video used the other 极. So, do you reckon that was a typo? Where was it? It was here somewhere, wasn't it? There, 两极. So that's a typo. This one's a typo, is it not? It should be this one. 两极. Yeah, I was wondering why it said two extremes. Yeah, that one, it should be this 极. 两极, two levels. 两极分化趋势渐现. So it's not only they're talking ultra fast, there's also typos. 其中七成城市. So 七成 is a fancy way of saying 70%. Yeah, this is why it's so hard. 七成城市. 职场人会移车窗睡去. So leaning against a car window sleep. So what does that mean? Sleeping against car windows. Oh, 车 doesn't necessarily mean a car. Maybe on a train or something? 会移 leaning on, relying on, 车窗睡去. I'm not sure what that means. 手机平板电脑成国人最佳床伴. Okay, so Goren is kind of a patriotic way of saying Chinese person, I guess. Goren, compatriots. Yeah, so 床, bed, 伴. So this is metaphor, right? 床伴, your bed partner, 伙伴. Again, when you listen to the news, you have to hear this 250 characters per minute. It's intense. 中国人睡眠状况总体向好，职场人睡眠差. Okay, so the people in the workplace have bad sleep. 据调查，2014年中国睡眠指数总得分66.5分，较2013年的64.3分提升了2.2分. Yeah. All right. Okay. 总体呈现向好发展，但其中超过36.2%的居民得分低于及格线60分，而2013年这一比例为24.6%. Oh, that's interesting. So this has gotten worse. So a greater number of people are not getting sufficient sleep. And that statistic looks significant. Whereas this one, it's like pretty much the same. 这说明了国人睡眠状况两极分化. They use that 极, not this 极. Yeah, I'm not sure which 极 it is now. Let's move on. Where were we? 这说明了国人睡眠状况两极分化. No, I really think it should be this 极, because you're splitting them into categories, into grade, 等级. So this, I think this is a typo. 两极分化趋势渐现. 渐现 is a new word for me. 趋势渐现. All right, it's not in the dictionary, so it's a new word for the dictionary too. 整体来看，人们开始享受舒适的睡眠，但同时更多人饱受恶劣睡眠的困扰。在调查涉及的40个城市中 okay, so 涉及 meaning involved. So in this context, the investigation involved 40 different cities. So in those 40 cities, 睡眠指数的得分随着城市层级的增高而下降。So this sentence, I think, is identical to the one in the textbook, right? I don't remember where it is. It's pretty close if it's not identical. 三线城市平均睡眠指数61.4，而一线城市的平均睡眠指数为60.3。农村的小城市城镇居民的睡眠指数得分均在70分以上，而城市居民的得分仅为61.6分。Yeah. Okay, so those statistics are the same as the textbook. So it's interesting. So you move to these bigger cities, maybe to make more money, and you end up with the side effects of getting worse sleep and so on. Okay, 学龄期儿童因完成作业耽误睡眠。So this 龄期is the age or age period. So 学龄 is the age in which you study. So children who are of study age, right? 学龄 school age. Okay. 学龄期儿童. Yeah. So there are other lings. I think there's like is it Chanming or something like that? No, maybe it's Yuning. I don't know, age of the age in which people normally get pregnant, that sort of thing. Or not necessarily normally. The age in which you can get pregnant, not too young, not too old, kind of thing. There is a word for that. Anyway, moving on. 中国睡眠指数调查发现，超过30%学龄期儿童的父母认为，超过 Okay, so this 30% is 30%. Again, this is like the fancy formal language. 30%, you have to pay attention. 孩子睡得不够，其中87.1%的学龄期儿童家长表示，孩子因为完成作业而耽误了睡眠时间。Yeah, so they're doing their homework and not sleeping. 58.5% 的家长认为上学的时间太早，也是导致学龄期儿童睡眠不足的重要原因。Alright, so they're going to school too early. 有学生在接受采访时表示，晚上12点睡觉，早上5点就得起床，只睡5个小时，睡眠严重不足。Yeah, I cannot sleep that short. I value sleep. I think, yeah, it's incredibly valuable. And like you spend all this time working, but if you don't get good sleep, the value of your work is not valuable. It just drops down. So this is like working hard. The precondition 就是做好工作的前提就是睡好觉，对吗？手机和平板电脑成中国人最佳床伴。Yeah, so we're talking about phones and flat screen computers impacting people's sleep. 调查还发现成人 or 成年人 adults. So this is like defined as in the age of majority kind of thing in certain countries. 成人到了睡觉时间却舍不得睡觉what? 成年到了睡觉 时间却舍不得睡觉也是影响睡眠的原因。I feel that sentence is weird. Why didn't they talk about 手机 and 平板电脑？OK， 特别是现在手机和平板电脑的普及，使得很多人睡前要上会网才能睡觉。要上会网 ，I think these names of platforms or something。上会网，玩网络游戏上传后难以入睡。也眷念刷屏 ，longing to 刷屏 play with the screen。在床上继续各种活动，直至犯困。So we saw 犯困 in the textbook. This is to be tired. 直至犯困，已成大多数人的习惯。All right, so you're on your bed, you're playing with your phone or your flat screen computer, your tablet, and you do that until you get tired, and then you go to sleep. Do I do that? Not exactly. I don't do the phone. I use a computer. 据调查，60%人在床上玩手机和平板电脑，主要是刷微信、微博，微信、微博、聊 QQ。Okay, people don't use that anymore, do they? 其次是获得资讯。过半的受访者 ，so more than half of the people who accepted being interviewed， 利用睡前的这段时间上网或浏览新闻，还有36.8%的人用移动设备看电子书。So this is 移动设备 mobile devices 移动设备 So that's not so bad reading a book, right? 即使依依不舍 Is that like 舍不得依依不舍 Yeah, it's kind of like 舍不得 I don't know the difference 即使依依不舍的告别手机平板也不能保证躺下就能入睡调查显示，中国人从准备入睡到睡着，平均需26分钟。北京同仁医院，所以同仁堂 ，this is a name of a pharmacy chain, right? 同仁 ，yeah, okay, in this context it is. 同仁医院 presumably maybe it's a hospital maybe it's a hospital in Beijing 同仁医院睡眠医学中心主任这个人叶金英 that's the 主任 the leader or department head's name 说良好的日觉和正常的饮食对我们维持睡眠生活节律很重要。Okay, so we need sunlight and a regular diet. All right, so we didn't get all the textbook in this. All right, that will do, right? Sorry. Yeah, we read the text a couple of times and then we looked at that. Maybe in the next video we can finish the grammar and finish this chapter. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and I don't know, leave comments. You can use these words or maybe comment about that 两极. Why is it inconsistent? I don't know. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. 下次聊. Bye bye.